Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Late Cousins Talk Show. Today's episode is gonna be a part two of the Greek mythology folk tales. The episode one, the part one of the Greek mythology was pretty short, so we definitely had to make a part two. This part is gonna be a bit bigger, probably like 26 minutes. We have Madhava, Wolfie Boy, and King with us, and also we have Raghavendra who came in the first episode. So, without wasting any time, let's begin. In this episode, we are gonna talk about some like famous incidents about like in the Greek mythology. Let's start with King. King, why don't you talk about like one of the most famous thing, which is Pandora's box?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you can begin.
Pandora's box. Sure. Everyone, Pandora was the first woman in Greek mythology, and Hesiod tells us that her curiosity led her to take the lid of the jar, not box, containing all the words ills, unleashing them upon the world.
Okay, so does anybody else know anything more about the Pandora's box? You could elaborate. Madhava, do you know about it? Or King, you can continue if you know anything about it.
Nah, I don't really know much about the Pandora's box.
Okay, see, I know a little about Pandora's box because from God of War. Okay, I don't really know.
Can I talk about it?
Sure, why not? Why not? Go ahead.
In Greek mythology, Pandora's box was given to Pandora by the Greek gods. According to Hesiod, when Prometheus stole fire from heaven, Zeus, the king of the gods, took vengeance by presenting Pandora to Prometheus' brother Prometheus. Pandora opened the jar and left her care, containing sickness, death, and many other unspecified evils which were released into the world.
Okay.
She tried to close the container, but then only one thing was left, which is known as hope. Hope was still there in the container. Thanks.
Okay, that was a quick one. We are supposed to keep one topic at least 5 minutes long. If you guys want to speak something else about it, you can do it. Or King,
Can I talk about more?
Wait. King, yeah, King, I heard that you know a lot about Greek mythology. I mean, a little, like a glimpse of it. So, can you talk about it, whatever you know? Just for the viewers.
I don't know about Prometheus and Persephone and Hades.
Hades, yeah.
I can explain it sort of in depth about that.
It's okay. Yeah. Sure, go ahead. You can explain whatever you want to.
Another important origin story from Greek myth, the tale of Prometheus, whose name literally means forethought in some interpretations, that's based on others' opinion, is well known because it explains how mankind came into possession of fire. Like, I had this in my 4th grade textbook, Prometheus. He was the one who gave fire to man, disobeying Zeus. So yeah.
Okay.
Prometheus, a titan or god, like I said, stole fire from his fellow gods and gave it to humanity. And for this act, he was punished by Zeus, chained to a rock, and then subjected to the agonizing ordeal of having his liver pecked out by an eagle. His
That's
liver
brutal.
would go back every night, so Prometheus would have to endure the same fate every day for eternity. That hurts.
That's cruel, but I don't know why it's funny. Yeah.
Persephone and Hades. Now, as well as explaining where man came from, and how we came to create civilization, the Greek also used their myths to explain origins of natural phenomena such as seasons. Why do you think we have summer and winter? For ancient Greeks, it was thanks to Persephone, the daughter of Zeus and Demeter. Persephone was abducted by Hades, the god of underworld, and taken away with him because she was connected to vegetation. Persephone's absence from the land led to failure of crops, and everyone began to starve. Yeah, Hades was told by Zeus to return
Passive.
Persephone to the to he was like he Zeus told Hades to return Persephone to Demeter above ground, but thanks to Hades tricks which involved effectively drugging Persephone with some pomegranate seeds, eventually a compromise was reached, whereby Persephone would spend the winter months in Hades and the rest of the year with Demeter. And this explains the origin of seasons. Funny
Hmm.
but true, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
funny to some extent.
Hades. So like yeah. Anybody wants to add up more things today? Madhava, I think he has some issues or something because he hasn't been speaking. Do you have any internet issues?
Yes, okay.
Okay, you're back. Okay. Can you add up something to whatever we talked about?
Well, okay. So, the as per the Greek mythology, the myths of origin or creation myth like represent an attempt to explain the beginning of the universe in human language.
Hmm.
So, the most widely accepted is like it is although a philosophical account, but and it is reported by Hesiod in his Theogony. He begins with chaos, a yawning nothingness. Next comes Gaia, which is Earth, and then Tartarus in the depth of the wide Earth, and Eros. So basically, then Gaia and then Eros together like created these stars and the planets, and then gave birth to the universe.
How did they give birth to the universe?
Well, with the powers of chaos.
Okay. Yeah. Wait, powers of chaos. Can you explain that, please?
Yes, so basically, chaos was like yawning nothingness. It's very important to the Greek philosophy as well as mythology. So, like, let me explain it.
Sure.
So, well, like chaos is something which is like cosmogenic, and then basically it's the gaping void above the earth created when earth and the sky are separated from the primordial unity. So basically the space below the earth and above the earth on which the earth rests, basically a void.
Okay. Can you simplify it just for the viewers?
Okay, so the chaos is basically a void, which has power using which the world can be transformed.
Oh, okay. That sounded much simpler. Well, do you want to say something else, or should we move on to Raghavendra?
We can move on.
All right. So, Raghavendra, he hasn't spoken anything, but Raghavendra, why don't you talk about the 12 labors of Heracles? I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Sure. Yeah, it's correct. The 12 labors of Heracles, better known as Hercules. Hercules is the Latin version of his name. Heracles was the all-round action hero of Greek mythology. He was ordered to carry out his famous 12 labors as penance for the murder of his own wife and children. While he was in the service of the king, Eurystheus. A few of them are quite famous. Heracles killing the Nemean lion or stealing the golden apples of Hesperides. But others, such as slaying the Stymphalian birds, are more obscure.
All right. Well, okay. Could you elaborate what is 12 labors? Like anybody knows? If you don't know Raghavendra, then anybody else knows. Like, can they elaborate what is 12 labors? By my understanding,
Like,
I understand it's a
basically means
punishment. Like, yeah, continue.
like according to me, it should like mean the 12 works of Heracles. Like what did he do and all.
Oh yeah, actually, you make
Can
sense.
I brief talk about it?
Huh?
Can I like talk about it brief?
Sure. Why not? Go ahead.
It was Eurystheus who imposed upon Hercules famous labors and
Wolfie
later
boy.
arranged the cycle of 12.
One sec, Wolfie boy.
Usual-
Wolfie boy. Can you like keep your mic a little properly, cause we can hear the plosives. The plosives, please. You heard me right. We can hear the plosives, please. Okay, yeah, you can continue.
So it was Eurystheus who imposed upon Hercules the famous labors, as my friend Raghavendra talked about, the 12 labors. It was like after a long time arranged in a cycle of 12.
So, like, is it like
Usually-
12 tasks? Like 12 tasks given by the king to Hercules?
Yeah, it is like that. Yeah, it is type of that.
Okay.
Like it is like this, like there were 12 tasks. The slaying of the Nemean lion, a lot of people must have heard about it. It's a very popular thing. Whose skin he therefore wore.
Okay.
The slaying of 9-headed Hydra of Lerna. Hydra, though most of the people know. The capture of the exclusive hind or stag of Arcadia. Arcadia, there's a movie also known as The Tales of Arcadia. It's a
Okay.
magical land.
Oh, I see.
Can I now talk about something else?
Why not? Sure, go ahead. Talk. Wait. After Wolfie boy, who else wants to talk? Please, raise your hands. King or Madhava or Raghavendra, anybody? Nobody? Okay, fine, you can begin. Wolfie boy after that, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, we learned about all the things about the Greek mythology. But then, nobody talked about the main thing.
What?
About Zeus.
Oh.
Nobody ever talked about Zeus.
Oh, yeah, right. Actually, though.
So,
Yeah.
so Zeus is the child of Cronus and Rhea, the youngest of his siblings to be born. Though sometimes reckoned the eldest as the other required this going from Cronus' stomach. In most traditions, he is married to Hera,
Okay.
by whom he is usually said to have fathered Ares,
Okay.
Althea,
Okay.
Hebe, and Hephaestus.
Who is
You must have
Heme?
heard about
Who is
these
Heme?
gods.
Who is
Okay,
Heme?
about Ares. Huh?
You said Heme. Who is Heme?
Hebe.
Oh, okay.
It's
Okay.
Hebe.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. I heard Heme.
At
Continue.
the Oracle of Dodna, it's a place. At the Oracle of Dodna is a place in northwest Greek, possibly dating to the second millennium BC, according to Herodotus.
Okay.
The earliest accounts of Dodna are the Oracle of Zeus.
Okay.
Situated in a remote region away from the main Greek poles, it was considered sacred.
Okay.
So, it was said to be Dione, by Dione is a ancient Greek religion, the oracle goddess. Dione, by whom the Liliad states that he had fathered Aphrodite.
Aphrodite. It's Aphrodite.
Yeah, according to the Theogony, Zeus' first wife, Metis. Metis is an ancient Greek. Metis is an ancient goddess by whom he had Athena. Athena is a
Athena.
very popular. Yeah. Okay. So Zeus also infamous for his Troitic escapes. This also resulted in many divine heroic offsprings, including Apollo, Artemis, Hermes, Persephone, Dionysus, Perseus, Hecate, Helen of Troy, Minos, and the Muses. He was the chief of gods, and he was
Okay.
the god of sky, thunder, lightning, law, and order. He was the king. He at the Olympus, Mount Olympus. Yeah. If anyone wants to talk briefly about Mount Olympus, they can.
Yeah, please go ahead and talk about Mount Olympus, please. Anybody wants to talk about Mount Olympus? Please go ahead. Okay, Madhava wants to talk. Go ahead.
Yeah, you got.
Yeah, exactly. You can speak.
Well, Mount Olympus in Greek is known as Olympus, and basically it's the highest mountain in the Greek country, and
Yeah.
it is the part of the Olympus
Yeah.
massive thermite of the Aegean Sea, located in the Olympus range on the border between Thessaly and Macedonia.
Okay.
So it is situated between Larissa and Pera, about 80 kilometers southwest from Thessaloniki.
I see.
So basically, Mount Olympus is a rocky mountain which is one of the highest peaks in Europe. And the highest peak here is Myticus. I hope I'm pronouncing it right.
I hope so.
Right. So basically, it means most it rises up to 2,917 meters or 9,572 feet. In Greek mythology, Olympus is the home of the Greek gods on Myticus Peak. The mountain has exceptional biodiversity and rich flora, and it is a part of the national park, which was first in Greece since 1938.
Okay. And that's all, or you wanna continue? Or should we move on?
So you have been trying to tell us to make us speak about something. Why don't you speak about something?
Okay, yeah, good idea. I mean, I am the host. The guests are supposed to speak, I guess, because I have curiosity about these
But then
things.
this
So
is-
yeah.
This is not this. This is going to be very fun. So it'll be fun if you talk.
Well, it
Right,
is
'cause
supposed to
there's
be
no
a
one volunteering for it.
yeah, actually, good idea. But like, it is supposed to be a talk show, but why not try it? So, there's a topic. Please mute your mic, Wolfie boy. Nice. I hope I am gonna pronounce it correctly. So, it's also a famous tales from Greek myth. It is called Daedalus and Icarus. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. The story of Icarus is one of the most famous tales from Greek myth. Icarus was the son of Daedalus, the craftsman who built the labyrinth from the Minotaur's story recounted above. Ever the inventor, Daedalus fashioned some wings out of feather and wax for him and his son to use to fly their way off the island Crete. However, Icarus got carried away and flew too close to the sun, which melted the wax in his wings. He fell to his death, drowning in Aegean. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Now, Icarus' name is a byword for one of the Greeks' most favorite themes, hubris, or overreaching oneself? I'm pretty sure a lot of people know about this story. Well, does anybody know about labyrinth? Like, could they elaborate about this topic? King, Madhava, anybody?
It is an animal, like,
What?
yeah, I know something, but then I know something, not a brief explanation. I'll just say some short, then someone else can briefly explain it.
Sure,
You good?
sure. Go ahead, go ahead. Yeah.
So labyrinth, as per my thing, I guess it was it was like type of beast for the Greeks, like Hydra, etc.
What's Hydra?
9-headed, like not 9. I don't know the number of heads, but then it has a lot of heads. Sea dragon.
Okay, okay. Madhava, do you know anything about Hydra? Sorry, Labyrinth. Madhava or King? Anybody? Or Raghavendra? Anybody?
About what,
Labyrinth. Labyrinth.
Well, I don't know much about labyrinth.
All right.
Labyrinth.
Yeah.
My apologies.
It's, I
Labyrinth
know.
is not actually an animal. Like it's actually a maze.
Oh,
Yeah, that's all I
Yeah.
know.
oh okay,
So
okay,
it's
okay.
like an ingenious maze that was designed by the architect Daedalus.
Yeah, basically the same
and
person we were
commissioned
talking
by
about.
King Minos.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't really hear you guys. What were you guys talking about?
Labyrinth.
Yep.
Labyrinth.
Like about the labyrinth.
Labyrinth.
Yeah. Labyrinth.
Labyrinth.
Labyrinth. Can you type the spelling in the chat?
Labyrinth.
Wolfie boy.
Yeah.
One
Yeah,
second.
sure.
I'll do it.
Sure.
Done.
Labyrinth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Anybody knows about it?
Yeah. See, this was created by the. This was created like this was told to be created to Daedalus by the king Minos,
Okay.
because there was a ancient beast known as Minotaur. Many people must have heard of it. The monster eventually killed, which was eventually killed by the hero Theseus. Theseus, he killed him. But then before that, it was wreaking a lot of like trouble to the thing. So they created this thing known as Gnosis to hold a minotaur. This is known as Knossos in Greek.
Oh, okay. All right. One sec. We are gonna take a little break. Just a second.
Okay.
Guys, we are done with the break. The guests needed to take a little break. Well, before we continue, please make sure to subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, or follow our podcast if you're watching on Spotify, and please also share the podcast. We need more support so that we can make more fun content. Well, you guys can continue now.
So, can I
Yeah.
start?
Sure.
The labyrinth was an igneous maze commissioned by King Minos and designed by the architect Daedalus, as we were talking about him. In order to escape the maze after killing the Minotaur, Theseus needed a ball of thread that was given to him by Prince Ariadne.
Okay. Okay. Then, yeah.
Minotaur, in Greek myth, Minotaur was a monster with the head of a bull and the body of a man who was imprisoned in a dark underground labyrinth at the Knos on the Aegean island of Crete.
Okay.
There are many stories, but this is the most commonly accepted story.
Oh, I see. Well, thanks for explaining. You can continue, or
Yeah, that's it.
all right, fine. Well, before we continue, I would like to say once again show us some support. We need to buy mics because I am pretty sure you guys are tired of hearing Wolfie Boy's plosives. So that, yeah, please show support. And do you guys want to continue, or we could end it right now? Anybody wants to speak something? Wolfie Boy, Raghavendra, Madhava, or King? Anybody?
Now I have nothing to say.
All right. I think then, are you guys sure? Because, yeah. All right, fine. I think we can end the podcast. Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Well, yeah, that's it for the podcast. 3, 2, 1. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Well, see you in the next episode. Show support, like and subscribe, and share. All right, fine. Peace. Oh wait, before we go, yeah. Episode 5 is gonna be a bonus episode, as I told you in the episode 3. What was that? Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be a bonus. What are you doing, man? It's gonna be a bonus episode where Alka Ma'am is gonna come back, and we are gonna make a part 2 on the Kashmir land dispute thing. Yeah, I guess that's it. Alright, fine. Peace, guys. Episode 5 incoming. Peace.